Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about everything that's happened in February in the NCAA Lacrosse world. We've had some big upsets, some shocking wins, some shocking losses, some really sick goals. So we're going to talk about them here, show you guys some of the highlights and whatnot from those games, and then give you kind of my predictions for what we think some big matchups in March are going to look like. So let's dive right in. We're talking lax, my favorite thing ever. Let's go. All right, so we've had a bunch of lacrosse being played in just the very short month of February, but 3 games really stick out to me in kind of this grand scheme of February lacrosse. First, Loyola dominates Florida. I think they won 17-6. They crushed them on the draws. They were fluid on offense. Picks, rolls, tricky plays, very much based off incredible stick work that Loyola is known for, and just good fundamental lacrosse, passing, cutting, shooting, scoring. They pretty much dominated Florida in all aspects of the game. Their draw team did exceptionally well, just in like little hustle plays here and there to come out with a 17-6 victory. Second big win was UNC over Maryland, sadly. UNC throttled Maryland 19-6 for the worst loss in quite a bit. You know, I think Maryland's a really young team, and that game certainly showed where, you know, they have some things to work on and some things to grow up and mature with. While UNC looked very much like the #1 seed going into that game and still then today. Very fast, very athletic, veteran leadership from Hogue and Ortega. They basically just picked apart Maryland's defense. So I expect that to continue to happen for UNC. They are a really strong program this year. And hopefully Maryland goes back to the drawing board, which I know they will. Their coaches are awesome. Learns from it, moves on, and hopefully has a better March. The third victory that was kind of a big one in college lacrosse was Stony Brook over Cuse. So Stony Brook had never beaten an ACC team, I believe, and they had a very good showing against Syracuse in the Dome at home. It was quite an exciting game. You had the combination of Ohlmiller and Kennedy, which is a dual threat combination on the offensive end. You have to worry about both of them. And their supporting cast is very strong too. They know where to cut, they know how to catch and shoot. Very fundamentally sound lacrosse. Both of them play a very high pressure zone. Stony Brook's a little more compact than Cuse, and Stony Brook was able to kind of isolate kind of the flaws of the Syracuse offense, which there aren't many, and take a huge road victory. So those were the 3 games that I think in February really stood out to me. Kind of either the underdogs beating the top dogs, or in a rivalry game, just one completely demolishing the other, sadly, as much as I hate to say that. And there were also some really, really cool plays. So 2 that I saw were like jaw-dropping, super exciting for the sport of women's lacrosse, was Charlotte North's insane shot. Now, I know it wasn't in a game, it was like messing around after practice, but it was on SportsCenter, big jump, fake, and then a behind the back, like over the head dunk. With her back to cage, was so sick, just showed off her incredible stick work that she's known to have. And then Kerrigan Miller from USC did a really sweet free position shot, came over, boop, BTB right in the bottom left-hand corner against San Diego State. So those are just 2 of the many shots that have really, you know, put women's lacrosse on the map. I've been on the treadmill. There's a TV attached to the treadmill in the mornings I run on, and more often I'm seeing women's lacrosse or men's lacrosse on SportsCenter top 10s. And that just makes me excited and makes me thrilled for the sport. It makes me believe that, you know, we can continue to grow and get on those main stages one day. So it's credit to players like Kerrigan and Charlotte for, you know, putting themselves out there, attempting the tricky stuff, and slowly becoming, you know, helping lacrosse grow into what it is today. So those are kind of my 5 big moments for February. March has some huge matchups. We're getting into conference play and some other big rivalry play as well. I think UNC, Cuse, Stony Brook right now are pretty solid in the top 3. Numbers 4 through 10 are probably a little more mixed and just depend on which poll you read. But I anticipate those 3 having a really successful March and continuing to head into April into conference championships, well suited for #1 seeds. So that's a wrap. Comment below with who you think your top 5 is, and then we'll wait for the polls. Bye.